Entrepreneurship can be a tricky game, most if you're a first-time founder. And usually, most people, when we talk about entrepreneurship, they always associate it with numbers or accounting. But the sad truth is that entrepreneurship calls for a multi-skilled person. Like, this goes from accounting to writing code, like the technical work, and then going to finance, sales, marketing, and almost every component of the startup is actually associated with an entrepreneur. And usually, if you have not co-founded a company or founded a company before, it can be overwhelming. So in this video, we're going to talk about 3 mindset shifts that you must actually adopt in order for you to actually become a successful entrepreneur. Well, if you're new here, my name is not Alex Homozi, neither Imani Gaji or Ali Abdal. I'm just a first-time founder documenting my journey through starting, scaling, and running my startup, that is Glomspace, which is a startup that helps people ship items using our traveler-powered network. Well, if that sounds interesting, then let's get into it. Mindset number 1 is that you must be delusionally optimistic. Here's what I mean. If you're in a room of 1,000 people and all the 999 people actually are saying that your idea is total BS, you must be number 1 person who actually comes out and still works on your idea, even when the crowd is actually saying that your idea is BS. So what do I mean? You must be able to go against anyone who actually says that your idea is BS. And this is not all about like not seeking advice or anything like that. But the truth is that you should only seek and listen to advice from people who actually ahead of you, people actually where you want to be in the next coming 5 years or 2 years. If you happen to listen for advice from anyone, any person who even is not in the position you would actually want to be, then I'm afraid that actually that might mark the start of your downfall. So entrepreneurs should listen for advice, but from the people who actually where they would like to be in the next coming years. So not going everywhere listening for advice from your classmate, from your neighbor, from the guy you met just on the street yesterday and he just gives you advice. You have to first understand the person you're actually getting advice from. Then, that is when you actually choose to take the advice or not. Mindset number 2 is that luck is not an accident. Luck is actually manufactured. Usually when people look at successful people, they always associate them with being lucky. But the matter of fact is that those people are actually not lucky. Those people manufactured their luck. Manufacturing luck includes showing up daily, trying again and failing and trying again, and going against almost everyone who actually says that you're doomed for failure. The truth is that by showing up daily, you're actually increasing the probability to which you would actually succeed as far as like your startup is actually concerned. So the truth is that by you throwing your dice a couple of times, you're actually increasing the probability for which success is actually going to hit the top face. So luck is actually not an accident, it is actually manufactured. So you have to get out daily and manufacture your luck. Luck is never an accident. Even when unfair advantages come in, the people who already have those unfair advantages don't have luck by default. They still have to get out and show up daily and manufacture their luck. And this doesn't necessarily mean that those who actually don't have those unfair advantages are doomed for failure. The truth is that even those who think they don't have the unfair advantages actually have unfair advantages, but only that they haven't figured them out. So whether you're born in the US or born in some random country in Africa, you're still ready to actually succeed, and luck is actually by your way. You just have to wake up daily and hunt for it. So luck is not an accident. Luck is actually manufactured. Mindset number 3 is that after you've become an entrepreneur, you're no longer reporting to your boss, you're no longer reporting to your head of department, you're no longer reporting to whatever hierarchy you're actually working with. The truth is that you are the everything. Most especially if you're still in your early stages and you're working your way out of the cold start, the truth is that you're going to be everything. And this is a principle that is actually talked about in the book A Myth Revisited. It starts with the story of a girl called Sarah. Sarah had a skill in the work of baking. So she thought of starting a business of just a bakery. But then a few months in, she actually realized that starting a business actually calls for more than just a skill. It calls for a lot of other skills that she actually didn't have. And she found that her business was actually more stressing than the 9-to-5 work she actually had. And what does that imply? It implies that to start a business, you should not just be a programmer, you should not just be a software engineer or just a software developer. You should actually have a lot of other skills that complement your technical skills. And the book says that you must be a technician, a manager, and an entrepreneur. A manager who should clean up things that actually disorganized by an entrepreneur, and a technician who should actually do the work himself. So what does that imply? When you start the entrepreneurship journey, you should actually get your ego out of you. The things of reporting to the head of department, well, I've finished my report and I'm just an analyst, I don't do any other work minus that. That should actually stop. The mindset shift that you should actually make is that you have to actually do everything. Regardless of whether you have expertise in writing code, you must actually go and handle books. Regardless of whether you have expertise in accounting, you must go and write code for yourself. Regardless of whether you have, like whatever skill you actually have, you should learn to adopt and learn other skills as fast as possible. That is mindset number 3 that I think that almost every entrepreneur should actually have. It is something that I'm still struggling with, given the fact that I have like a background as far as like software engineering is concerned, and I've not like really done accounting as much as possible, or maybe like sales or marketing before. So it is actually something I'm struggling with, and usually when starting a startup, it can be a little tricky, most especially you don't have like a very long runway and you haven't raised funds, and so it calls for doing work as fast as possible as an entrepreneur. Well, if you've watched up to this point, I want to thank you very much for watching and keeping along. I hope you found this video valuable. I told you I'm not a guru at anything, I'm just learning along the way, and I feel glad sharing the steps and the lessons and the tips I've actually learned along the way of starting, scaling, and running my company, Glomspace. If you would like to actually work with us, well, I'll be happy. I've happened to collaborate this video with Glomspace, so you can actually go on and subscribe to both my channel and Glomspace, and I'll be happy to actually see you again. If you'd like to work with us, go on glomspace.com and become a Glomspace traveler, so you can actually ship items for different people and Shopify sellers from the US to the UK. Thank you very much. See you soon.